Yo, what up, guys? You already know. Maybe you don't know because I don't do videos on this channel, but this is your boy T-Dub on my T-Dub TV channel. Guys, I also talk boxing. But let's put a pause to this video. Guys, listen, what I want to do, man, I want to give you my live thoughts on this matchup between Murda Mook and Verb. Listen, man, a lot of people, a majority of people felt that Murda Mook was going to not just beat Verb, but wash Verb, but dirty 30 Verb. But yeah, I mean, there's always, other people that felt Verb was going to win. That Verb was going to, some said 3-0, some said 3-0. But when you look at, champion, you look at Tech on champion, man. The Tech, it seems like to me, the Tech has an extreme hate for Verb and an extreme love affection for Murda Mook. Because, well, I can't say that much because he don't remember nothing Murda Mook says. But he definitely know he doesn't like Verb. That's a fact. But listen, man, let's get right to it. Let's check YouTube. Because YouTube, last time I went live, it wasn't showing us good on me. All right, let's go to the live. Which I should have done this already. Let's get to it, man. Verb versus Murda Mook. Why did this fight happen? Well, let's say this, man. The reason I believe this fight, this battle even came to existence because I believe Murda Mook felt that he can beat Verb. And it's not just he feels he can beat Verb, but it's a battle that they can sell. Because both of these guys put in a lot of work. And Verb, not Verb, but Murda Mook just can't come back and battle anybody. He just couldn't. He could have battled B-Dot and that'd have been tough. That'd have been a tough match. He could have battled JC or any of them guys. That would have been a tough match. But I think he wanted to battle a vet. And from Verb getting booed a lot in NY, he get booed a lot there, and and he lost a couple judge battles on RBE. So I see why Murda Mook took this. Hold on, he hasn't won a judge battle on an RBE. He lost two of them, right? And I'm going to take him on RBE. New York crowd typically don't rock with Verb like that. They gonna rock with me like that. And I can tell this. Verb, I believe, was meant to be a stepping stone. I told you I'm back. The old Murda. And it would have set up a battle against, someone else. Maybe Sue Surf or someone else. But Verb had plans on being a spoiler. Verb had plans that this right here could make or break me. This is what you battled for. This is what you and from listening to Verb rounds, Verb came to fight me. This is like being a boxer and you get your shot at Floyd or you get your shot at Pacquiao. Let's say you're in the NFL and you get your shot at the defending Super Bowl champions, who they say the champion. This is your shot. And Verb know that, this is Mook. No matter if Mook lyrical or not, this is Mook. And Verb had to bring it. And I believe this was a damn good battle, man. But listen, man, I'm finna jump right into it. This battle was already slowly being decided off the coin toss, off the coin flip, because Verb won. If Verb would have lost and Mook was like, Verb go first, that right there could have already slowly started tipping that thing more in Murda Mook's favor. But Verb won the coin toss and he let Mook go first. Now, here's where the strange things start to happen. Strange to me is because Murda Mook is from NY, and when he started spitting, the crowd really wasn't rocking with everything he was saying. And honestly, that's a shock to me because I felt that they was gonna rock with Murda Mook because he's Murda Mook, and that's Verb. You know what I'm saying? Verb, a known man to get booed. Sometimes they can wait to a line that don't always hit, or it can be off the gate. He can just come in like, I say, and you can hear the boos. But on the first round, I thought Murda Mook did all right. You know, I thought he did all right. You know, I thought he did. I thought he did. It was a cool first round. And the one thing I like about Murda Mook is that, man, honestly, when you take that long off, and to come back, and I'm not talking about the words he was saying, but to be able to perform his words, to say his words, you know, with conviction, the way he did it. You know, you gotta take your head off. If you take a boxer out of a boxing ring for 1 year, it's called ring rust, right? You took Murda Mook out the game for what, 4 years or something like that, and he didn't have ring rust when you're looking into what, you know, how he was saying the things. Now, Lyrical, he could have said a couple different better lines than he did say, but. First one, you know what, man? Let's do this. Listen, man. Unlimited round. They ain't booked me for a long time. We're going to start the battle. Can I get a mic check? Hold on. Can I get a mic check? And listen. And from the rip, one thing from the rip, right? So looking at it right here, you got Murda Mook. You know, he got like a towel or something on his head. And you have Verb. Verb got the cotton nose shirt on. He got a yellow jacket. Well, you see it. That's what he had on right there. But from the rip, Murda Mook threw on a wave cap. You know what I'm saying? From the rip, straight out the gate. Let's get it. And you got Verb. You got an Verb that's looking like he's ready. You know, he's like, let's go. I'm ready. You know, he's all pumped up. And Murda Mook started spinning. And like I said, man, it was a good round. It was not like the thing about in that round, you know, he was saying some things would have hit if it would have been said like, you know, a while ago. Like, it's not saying it was bad, it just maybe was a little bit outdated. And I'm not trying to knock, but I think if he'd have said some of those things at maybe before he retired, like back then, they would have hit a lot harder. Because if you go back in the day and you listen to some battle raps, you know, you can tell how it has progressed, how lyrically it's progressed, or just the world around you progresses, and you come up with different schemes based on how things change. So, first round, go Murda Mook, right? And me, I'm thinking, wow, you know, let's see what Verb got, because they wasn't always rocking with Murda Mook in that first, and then Verb come out right with his first, and he comes out. And he basically identified who Murda Mook was. How all of this is basically because of Murda Mook. You know, how the rappers that are rapping now chose to rap now in this profession is because of Murda Mook. But also the way that it's hit a ceiling and can't go up is because Murda Mook. And that's when you're like, okay, now I got to do this right. You know, birds are starting to show them, right? So I'm sitting back, okay, well, what we about to do here? And man, listen, man, let's listen, man. From the rip, man, Verb was like getting in his bag, man. And I was like, holy smack. Let me get a refresher real quick, man. Hold it down. And they kill him with that. Playing fields. All right, here we go. Okay. So Verb started going in basically at Murda Mook, right? You know, and like I said, he identified him to how he affected the culture positively and negatively off the top. And then he comes in basically like, listen, he stripped, oh man, I almost forgot it. The Black Panther, the whole Black Panther thing, right? So he's stripping Black Panther of his powers. You know what I'm saying? That was a scheme within itself. You know, he's skipping Black Panther. You know, what is it? I'm your, Killmonger. Why can't I get the name right? Killmonger. He said, I'm your Killmonger, right? And he started stripping him. You know, basically, I don't respect you. I don't do this. I'll do that. And he took a do-rag out of his pocket and threw it. Now, I think Verb would have hit even harder if he took the do-rag out and held it up to let people know. A lot of people see it, but they figured and threw the do-rag. So he's stripping him of his powers. Like throwing a do-rag is like Black Panther having to cough up, you know, what gives him the Black Panther power. Then he goes at his status. You know, listen, man. Everything a Verb said in this battle was towards Murda Mook. There's been things a Verb said in battles before. I mean, a lot of the stuff he said back in battles before was just, you know, it could have been for anyone. It hit hard. It hit hard. Like if you would have said about the whole a ride up, you know, what do you say, iron low, like I'm a knee man. I'm gonna wear everybody out here cannonball off the deep end. You know, something like, you know, and that would have hit hard against anybody, you know, against but everything he said right here, it was for Murda Mook. He was like literally just going at this guy, and it did give you, to me, it gave me that original, for both of these guys, it gave me that original battle rap feel that I saw way back in the day when I'm seeing you know, even a Verb on the streets in NY and you know, Hitman and all these guys back then, Murda Mook and Clips. I mean, these guys that it seemed personal. It seemed borderline, like, you know, like you might not want to be my friend if I'm done with this. But like I said, man, a Verb first round. Even though Murda Mook had a good first round, a Verb first round killed it. A Verb, after a Verb was done with his first round, you really didn't even remember what Mook said in his first round. But the second round, right? So the second round, Murda Mook comes back, man. Murda Mook is, you know, he's getting into his bag a little bit. You know what I'm saying? There was one line I think he said that didn't really hit as well. It was about Apple Jacks. I don't know if I've been find it. It was something about Apple Jacks that just didn't quite hit as good. And let me see. And I rhymes these cell phones. Let's get to more. Hey, listen. And like I said again, man, the one thing I like about Murda Mook is that Murda Mook was actually his performing and stuff. I mean, like I don't, maybe some people didn't like it, but I like the way that he was performing it. He was doing a whole arm switch, and he wasn't just up there rapping. He was actually performing the things out. And he had a pretty nice second round. But the thing is, when a Verb went, right, in the second round, a Verb went his second. And a Verb, you know, he spit for about maybe 2 minutes. Then he say, you know what, they booked me for a long time, you know, like this Showtime thing. You know, unlimited round, they booked me for a long time. Fuck the preview, let that beat through, you know. So he goes into his Showtime scheme, right? And man, I mean, a Verb was cooking. You could tell a Verb was cooking so much in that second. When your opponent has to give you props, when your opponent gives you props, that's how you know you're cooking. Because a lot of times, Murda Mook, right? Murda Mook was talking through his second round. He was turning his back on him. He was coming back around, you know, and Verb was having to, you know, stop and repeat a little bit. And then Verb said a Doc Rivers line. You know, he was like getting into it, and then like, you know, and he hit that Doc Rivers line on Murda Mook, and Murda Mook was like, now that was cold. You know, and that's an acknowledgement. When you say something that's cold in the actual battle, and your opponent can't hold it in, because a lot of opponents, like even with Hollow the Don versus Tay Rock, and when Tay Rock was like, you know, that buckle up, you know, another cut, you know, like he's trying to buckle up his seatbelt, but it won't buckle up. You know, Hollow basically admitted that he knew there was a hard line, that nothing he had was going to beat that line, but I don't think he just came out and admitted it. Mook had to. So honestly, I got round one clear for a Verb. Round two, a very good round, but again, I edged it to a Verb. It's like Murda Mook rose up, and then when when a Verb went, a Verb took it and went higher with it. You know, so now we down to the third round, right? We the third round, and Murda Mook goes, right? Murda Mook is spitting this, I don't know, man, 20-ish minutes. And for me, I give a battle rapper so much damn praise, man, because honestly, these guys, if they was industry rappers, you know, that 20 minutes will almost be, you know, half of an album. You know, it could be half of your CD or whatever, you know. And did you put that one CD out, and that one CD will work and almost make you, you could become rich off of that. Depends on how it hit. These guys have to keep coming up something new every battle. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's why you gotta take your head off. They don't get paid like the industry rappers do, but honestly, I believe battle rappers work harder than industry rappers at their craft. But because they gotta keep coming new. They gotta keep coming new. Industry rappers, and not knocking them because I love bumping my industry stuff, but they can put something out one every 6 months, and stay hot. But Murda Mook goes like 20-some minutes, and he's spitting. He's spitting. I mean, he has some parts where he was rocking good. You know what I'm saying? Where he was in his bag digging out all the goodies. Then he had some points of where it fell flat, man. Like a 2-week-old soda that's been sitting out. It fell flat. And then he came back again. And then Verb went. And Verb didn't go nearly as long as that. But Verb still was cooking, man. Verb was cooking. So here's the debatable. This is the real debatable. If Verb won 2 rounds to 1. Or if Verb won 3-0. And I know people don't want to hear that. But the fact is, first one was clear. Second one, you can get. I mean, first one was super clear. It was like did somebody put Windex on this? Because it's super clear. And then the second one, it was just like Verb got it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, like Mook had a good round, but Verb had a better round. The third round is the only one I think that's really debatable. That's the one that's debatable. And I wouldn't be mad if you gave it 2-1, but to be honest, from what I've been hearing, and it's pretty much been more for people that's in the NY, that it's like they don't want him to lose. When I'm saying lose, it's Murda Mook. It's, most people that I heard and from watching saying the A-Verb. But then when I heard Jazz the Rapper gave Murda Mook the first round. Where do they do that at? Listen, if you watched the battle, maybe you didn't watch the battle, maybe this is the first time you're hearing it. The first round was super clear. And Jazz the Rapper gave a super clear round to Murda Mook. She gave him the first round. I believe she gave him the third round. Third round, okay. If she'd have had a better argument giving Murda Mook the second round and the third round. When you get the first round, that's 100% bias. That's 100% that, listen, I'm not going to let my man die. It's like you can see your brother get his ass beat right in front of you, right? And you still like, well, no, he didn't really get beat. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really knock him to the ground. I think he actually won because since the guy didn't just knock him out and he lived throughout that fight. So, I give him that fight. What? Get out of here with that. But like I said, man, I think Math is one of those other guys that was like, I don't know. I can't call it right now. It's debatable. I'm hearing Mook, and it's crazy enough that even Sway 7 was like, even I think he gave Mook the second and the third, but he walked out of Mook's third. I don't get that. How do you walk out 10 minutes within his third? So you telling me 2/3 of Murda Mook third round, you didn't even hear it. You didn't even hear it. And you walked out and you didn't even hear Verb round? Because remember, Verb had to go after that. And you walked out? And that's the round you give him? All right, a little bit biased. But you know what, guys? I want to give you a live foot on this. I don't do much on this. This is actually a channel I created to do reactions. I do a boxing channel, as you see right here. This is what typically I do boxing, but I watch battle rap, and this right here, A-Verb versus Murda Mook. Listen, I had to talk about it. Like I said, man, I'm not gonna be on much longer, but if you want to call in, you can. You see the number 314-884-1013. But it was dope, man. Look at that. Look at that, man. That's whiskey business. But like, either way, man. Overall, I don't care if you give it 2-1 to Verb or 3-0 to Verb, or even if you try to call it a debatable round, which in my opinion, I don't think it's a debatable fight. I think Verb won. It's a damn good battle, man. This battle got replay on it, replay value. honestly, if you haven't seen the battle, I think you need to see it. You know, because you get to see Murda Mook after 4 years coming back and performing. You know, and then a thing to me, right, that I give props to Murda Mook is that Murda Mook, that you were in your own city and you getting booed. I mean, I'm not saying the whole rip, but there was times where they booed Murda Mook, and honestly, man, that's pressure. And for Murda Mook, you know, like, hold on, this should be happening to Ava. How is my stuff flying over your head? How are you not catching all these bars? And they booed him, son. And to be able to withstand that and to keep rapping and to keep performing, that's why I take my hat off to Murda Mook on that. You know, I just think that lyrically, because he hasn't been doing it for a while, and he maybe decided to do it because of, you know, the bread. And I think he believed that, I really believe he think that this material would have been enough to rock that crowd at NY, and that Verb wouldn't have been able to beat it. But the fact is, Verb was able to beat it, in my opinion, and Verb took the win. Now, honestly, the next match for Verb should be Loaded Luck, because it's the best time. Right now, Verb is on a high. He is on a high. And this is the best time. Like, one time, Loaded Luck said that after K-Shine beat Verb, and Verb was talking to Loaded Luck after that. He was like, you know, handsome, you know, you just lost, you know what I'm saying? And basically, he can't take you because you just lost. Your stock dropped. But what I'm telling you right now, if Verb stock dropped that K-Shine battle, his stock is probably at as high as it's been a long time after this Murda Mook battle. I don't care who you give it to. I think that right now, Verb stock is definitely really high. And the next battle, the next fight for Verb right now would be Loaded Luck. And you know what thing about it is? It will sell, because this one would have sold even more if Verb would have had a great performance, you know, in his last battle. But since he lost that last battle, you know, is this probably not going to sell as good as, you know, when they probably, I don't know if they're going to release the pay-per-view numbers or not. But, you know, I think the Murda Mook one's still done well. But this Verb, this vintage Verb, listen, the one thing you've been hearing from people is that this might be the best I've seen. This might be the best I've seen. And the only thing I hate, man, honestly, sometimes, is the crowds, man. Let these guys rap, golly. Let Murda Mook rap, stop the booing. Let Verb rap, stop the booing or the cutting off. Let these guys get their rounds out, man. Because Verb had a line in there where he was talking about, you know, he like basically stick something like, you know, in your, I don't want to show you it away, but, you know, and pull it out and then taste you know, it was dope, man. That was in the whole Showtime scheme. And it was only right. It was only right for this battle for Murda Mook to put on the wave kept from the beginning. It was only right that Verb had to do a Showtime throughout this battle. And this was a classic. I enjoyed this battle. I have rewatched this battle. I'm smiling now because I got a chance to see this battle between Verb and Murda Mook. Somebody had to win. Verb did crack Murda Mook. He did crack him. There is no really debating about it. Verb won either 2-1 or 3-0. You know, if you want to try to, you know, not give Verb a clean sweep and say 2-1, all right, you know. But arguably, Verb could have won all 3 rounds. He came highly prepared. And the one thing that shows about Verb is that, to be honest, I think Verb is going to only rise for certain fights. He's going to only rise. It's like Rocky. Before Rocky fought Apollo, he was a mediocre fighter, right? He was a mediocre fighter. And then think about this. This is real. And some guys might not like this, but Murda Mook was not like Floyd Mayweather. Murda Mook was more like Apollo Creed. He was more like Apollo Creed. He's the man on top, and Murda Mook chose Verb, and Murda Mook chose, or Apollo chose Rocky. Now, I'm not saying Verb was like in the Rocky position, but crazy enough, some people look at Verb, the back half of his career, been Rocky, been inconsistent, up and down. And Apollo Creed / Murda Mook thought that, listen, if I take Rocky / Verb in New York, remember, everything, the stage was set for Murda Mook to win. The stage was set. Murda Mook was not like Floyd Mayweather. He was, I mean, I know people want to use that, but to be honest, this is like off the top of my dome live. This is live. And He was more like Apollo Creed. And Verb knowing that this was his shot. Rocky knew that was his shot. He prepared. He prepared all 3 rounds. When no matter what you think about his rounds, I think when Verb was going into preparation for this fight, when he wrote it and read it back, he like, okay, that's a 10. Okay, that round's a 10. Okay, that round's a 10. That's why, you know what? When Verb battled New Jersey Twerk, you got an Verb that he talked a whole lot in the face-off and build up, you know, and he came with it. But this Verb was not as vocal. I mean, he talked a little bit, but he wasn't as vocal. Like I said, never mess with that quiet man, because that quiet man will fuck you up more than that loud talker. But guys, let me go and get out of here. I hope you guys, you know, like I said, this is my very first battle rap recap, and obviously, if I was gonna do any, it had to be with this one. So hopefully you guys like some of this. You know, Murda Mook versus Verb, very good battle. And to the people again, listen, Mook lost, and I've been hearing it more from New York, either battle rappers or fans. They're saying Mook won, or they're trying to say it's debatable. Stop trying to soften the blow. Stop trying to do some abracadabra and pull moves over our heads, over our eyes. He didn't win. He didn't win. And that's how it is, man. You win some, you lose some. If you don't believe me, go back and watch Friday. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. And you know what Verb said after he won? He was humble. He said that, you know what, it was a sparring match. You know, he's going to be better after this. Whoever gets him after this is really going to get it. He was paying homage. He was still saying Murda Mook was the man. You know what I'm saying? This is an Verb that didn't rub it in his face. Yeah, I mean, when he was battling, Verb was like, listen, I got to give you this fight. I got to give you this fight. If you don't step in this fire, you know, I Johnny Blaze and get you with it, you know. But then afterwards, he was like, nah, you know, nah, Mook's the man, you know. He was like just paying all praise, all homage, you know, just basically still, it was a sparring match, you know. And now since I done this, he's going to prepare better, you know, for a Sue Surf, whatever. You could tell that Verb was not trying to kill his career, but yet Verb was trying to win that battle convincingly. But afterwards, you know, so like I said, man, Murda Mook lost. Listen, jazz rapper, bias. Because if you're saying that Murda Mook won the first round, bias. You can't even look, listen, that's like believing in Candyman and trying to say Candyman in the mirror. You can't even look in the mirror and tell yourself that. Now, you can tell us that because you ain't got to face yourself. You ain't got to face yourself. Yeah, Mook won the first and Mook won the third. Go back and watch it. Let me know what you think. T-Dub on my T-Dub TV channel. We are here live.